The dream of starting a business and initial doubts. Starting a business is a grand dream that many of us cherish. The idea of owning a company, achieving financial freedom, and living with passion is a powerful motivator that pushes us forward every day. However, reality is far from simple. On the journey to make that dream come true, one of the biggest barriers that beginners often face is ambiguity. Not knowing where to start, what to prepare, or which direction to take. Starting a business isn't merely about opening a shop or establishing a company. It is a long process that requires strategic thinking, persistence, and the courage to face risks. For those with no experience, entering the world of business can feel like stepping into an uncharted forest, intriguing but full of hidden dangers. They can easily feel overwhelmed, confused by too many options, conflicting advice, and invisible fears of failure. Therefore, in the early stages, the most important thing is not to act hastily, but to equip oneself with a solid foundation of knowledge. Finding a reliable guide, a mentor, a teacher, or even just an inspiring story can make a world of difference. The dream of starting a business will remain an illusion unless it is supported by thorough preparation and the right mindset from the very first steps. You are watching the video on YouTube Tales Unfold. The main character, Ethan is a 25-year-old young man living in a bustling city. Every day, he works in an office where toxic habits have become the norm, flattering superiors, blaming colleagues, and working overtime as an unspoken obligation. Although the job provides stable income, Ethan increasingly feels suffocated. He longs to do something truly meaningful, to make his own decisions, and to live in line with his values. Recently, the idea of starting a business began to spark in his mind. He often wonders, could I start something new? A job I truly love and have full control over? But like many beginners, Ethan doesn't know where to start. The lack of experience and the fear of failure keep holding him back. One afternoon, sitting alone in a cafe, Ethan suddenly remembers Mr. Simon, a middle-aged man living in a nearby town. Ethan once had the chance to meet him and was deeply impressed. Unlike others, Mr. Simon doesn't just talk about business in theory, he lives it with passion. He has run both product and service-based businesses and is always willing to share his honest experiences. That thought lit a spark of hope in Ethan. He decided to contact Mr. Simon to learn from him. That was the pivotal moment that marked the beginning of Ethan's transformation, from a stuck office worker to someone daring to pursue his entrepreneurial dream. The meeting with Mr. Simon. On a cool morning, Ethan set out on his old motorbike to meet Mr. Simon, the person he believed could enlighten his path to entrepreneurship. The journey wasn't far, but Ethan was filled with anticipation and nervousness. He wasn't sure whether Mr. Simon would be willing to share, but his burning desire to learn couldn't be stopped. Upon arrival, Ethan found Mr. Simon calmly sipping coffee and feeding a flock of small birds on his porch. The peaceful and friendly atmosphere instantly put Ethan at ease. After a few greetings, he honestly expressed his desire, "I want to start a business, but I truly don't know where to begin or how to avoid the mistakes so many people make." Mr. Simon looked at Ethan with kind eyes and nodded. He said, "Starting a business isn't just about getting rich. It's a journey of self-discovery and learning how to create value. If you truly want to learn, come with me today." He invited Ethan to the beach, where he was preparing to open a new restaurant. That trip wasn't just a casual outing, it was Ethan's first real-world classroom. Along the way, Mr. Simon began to share each step of starting a business, not from books, but from real experience. The blue sea, crashing waves, and vibrant beach setting became the perfect backdrop for an unforgettable lesson. 5 steps to starting a business, life-changing lessons from Mr. Simon. Under the blazing afternoon sun by the vibrant seaside with the gentle sound of waves in the background, Mr. Simon turned to Ethan, his eyes both serious and kind. Starting a business, he began, is not a sprint, it's a journey, where going in the right direction matters more than going fast. If you truly want to start from zero, here are 5 essential steps you must remember. Step 1. Identify your business type. Do what you love before doing what others need, Mr. Simon pointed to the beachfront vendors and said, "Each of those places has its own story, a different choice. Someone sells fresh seafood, another runs a retro-style cafe, yet another rents electric bikes. Before you begin, you must decide clearly, Will you sell products or services? Will it be traditional or unique? And most importantly, are you passionate about it? Don't chase trends if you don't truly love them. Without passion, you'll quit halfway. When difficulties arise, and they will, only passion will keep you standing. Ethan fell silent in thought. He realized he had always asked, "What's trending?" but never, "What do I truly love?" Step 2. Market research. Go outside and listen more than you talk. Mr. Simon chuckled. Many people start a business without even observing the world around them. How can you sell if you don't know your customers? He pointed to a crowded restaurant nearby. They sell seafood because this area is full of tourists. Most customers are families and couples, especially on weekends. Knowing this, they hire more staff during peak times, prepare special dishes, and keep prices steady. Then he asked Ethan, "If you plan to open a shop, have you thought about who your target customers are? What do they like? When do they come? How many competitors are nearby? Who's doing well? Who's failing, and why?" Ethan realized that market research isn't just about data. It's about observing reality, asking questions, and stepping into customers' lives. Only then can you build a fitting model and avoid silly risks. Step 3. List strengths and weaknesses. Face reality to go further. They stopped at an empty lot where Mr. Simon was planning to build his restaurant. "This location isn't the best," he admitted, "but I compensate with eye-catching signage, attractive decor, and exceptional service." He looked at Ethan. Every business idea, like every person, has strengths and weaknesses. The key is knowing what they are. Maximize your strengths and find ways to improve or get help with your weaknesses. Ethan wrote in his notebook: strengths, good communication, creativity, love of learning. Weaknesses, no experience, limited funds, easily discouraged. He understood that he didn't need to be perfect, just honest with himself to prepare properly. Step 4. Start without delay. Action is the greatest teacher. Mr. Simon stood up, his tone firmer. Many people dream for years but never begin. They wait for enough money, time, perfection, but the business world waits for no one. He placed a hand on Ethan's shoulder. In reality, you'll only learn by doing. Don't fear mistakes. Don't wait for perfection. Start with what you have, even if it's small, and improve as you go. Ethan's heart pounded. Perhaps that was exactly what he'd been avoiding, waiting for a perfect time that never comes. Now he understood that action today beats a flawless plan left untouched. Step 5. Evaluate and continuously improve. Be better than yesterday. Starting a business isn't a one-time task, Mr. Simon said as they rested under a coconut tree. It's a constant process of evaluating, improving, and learning. If today doesn't work well, fix it tomorrow. If it's hard, learn more. No one succeeds without stumbling. He shared that every month he checks revenue, customer feedback, and staff attitudes. Wherever there's a weakness, he fixes it immediately. No hiding, no blaming, just the courage to face issues and improve bit by bit. And remember, he smiled, if you don't have a mentor, go online and learn. Many successful people share for free. What matters is to keep learning and keep reinventing yourself. Conclusion. Ethan was speechless. What Mr. Simon shared wasn't just a business lesson. It was a lesson in mindset, in living with purpose, and in the courage to begin a new journey. He no longer felt lost. In his heart, each step had become clearer. And if you, the one reading these lines, are also standing at a crossroads, remember this. Starting a business is not for the perfect, but for those who dare to begin, to learn, and to keep moving forward. A lesson for beginners. After the journey with Mr. Simon, Ethan felt like he had just completed an inspiring real-life course, not in a classroom full of dry theories, but in the real world, where knowledge comes from lived experience. He realized that one of the most valuable assets for an entrepreneur isn't capital or modern technology, but learning from those who've walked the path before. Mr. Simon didn't just teach Ethan foundational steps, he planted in him a spirit of perseverance, a realistic perspective, and the patience needed for the entrepreneurial path. Ethan understood that no matter how talented you are, starting from zero always comes with risks. But if you observe, listen, and learn bit by bit from those with experience, the road will be far less rocky. Ethan's story isn't just his own, it's a reminder to anyone nurturing an entrepreneurial dream or hoping for a fresh start. Whether you begin big or small, the 5 simple but essential steps Mr. Simon shared will always be your compass. Starting a business doesn't have to be flashy, nor does it have to be perfect from the start. What matters is having the courage to begin, the clarity to keep learning, and the resilience to continuously improve. Ethan is ready. Are you?